ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Happy Saturday, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope y'all had a blessed weekend thus far. We gonna get into it, baby. I had to wait for my Mexican cornbread to come out the oven, y'all. My fiance decided at the last minute that he wanted Mexican cornbread, so I had to push my doggone live bake. But we here now. We're here now. So that's all that matters. Let's see who we got in the building. Hey, Miss Geraldine. Hey, it don't matter. Miss Amanda, Miss Charlene, Queen Rona, Miss Vernette, Miss Shawnee, Miss Deborah Wright. Shout out to my members for always being the first in the building, baby. We got Healing Hearts, Miss Kathy Walker. We got Miss Dee Dee, we got Miss Witty, Miss Lolita, Miss Angela Dickerson, I Love You More. We got Latoya, we got Ariane, Treasure Life, Miss Flo B, LaShelle's, JB, Aisha Howard, Loveless Tay, Raw Truth and Uncut, baby. We got Miss Stephanie Landry, Christy Smith, Miss Tracy Johnson, Kimberly Merrills, Miss Rosanette, Miss Roslyn, Miss Lysander, Kay Monet, Miss Valencia. We got Miss Green Eyes. We got the other Aisha. We got Christina Mills, Miss Ilka, Nakia Mason, Denise. We got Kayla Strong with the beer reloaded. Kayla said she got her beer on deck, baby. We got Cancer 66, Kiana with the Q, Miss Gloria Dent, Dina Robinson. We got Truth Slayer. Yes, y'all, please hit that like button for your girl. We got Rakita, Luscious Lips, Honey Williams, Michelle Holmes. We got Miss Andy 116, Be Careful. We got, let's see, Whopper with legs. Okay. So hold on, let me get this chicken out of the grease. Toilet. Wings, pasta salad, and a cold one. Okay. That's a whole vibe right there. My girl is Treasure. We got Kimberly W. Who else? Michelle Hodges, Lady Love. My bro Terry, Miss Phelps. Shout out to you for being a 9-month member. I see you. Michaela Dawson. Lil Mama, 6-month member. Okay. Miss Cheryl Wagner. We got, hold up. Let's see, y'all. Let me go down. Did I get everybody? Nope. Brandy Gibson. We got my girl Jade Lee, Sabi Marie, Miss Vicky Austin. Okay, Miss Vicky. Yes, ma'am. Miss Patricia Jefferson. We got my girl Basha. What's up, chica? We got Cancer 66, Spicy Brown, Kim Jones, Tanya Sands, Larry Lou, Miss Elaine, LaKey, Tanya Lewis, Angel Jones. Okay, Cancer 66 with that 7-month membership badge. Yes, ma'am. Miss Margaret, Sadie Neal, Blessed Beyond Measure. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I am so grateful and appreciative for all of you guys' continuous support. It's always a vibe with y'all, I swear. Especially in members only, baby. We have a whole time, okay? We be lit. Yes, ma'am, we be lit. Raw True say I don't see... Oh, my bad. I start reading y'all comments. Hey, Tony Lightner. As you guys can see, the title of this live is A Divorce Decree, My Thoughts. In parentheses, LaTruth Revelation. Shout out to Yams. I got to give my girl credit because she did name what's going on, the LaTruth Revelations, as did she also name the LaTruth Saga, the LaTruth Saga. But I don't know how many of you guys actually caught Miss Shawn's live yesterday. Shout out to Miss Shawn because she did her big one and being very non-biased and breaking that divorce decree down. even though I feel like some people still choose to believe what they want. When somebody else broke it down, it was, oh, y'all don't believe black and white? No, we do. We just want it to be read out properly and understood, because everybody's perceptions are different. So if you're going to read something out, at least break it down to the fullest. And again, shout out to Miss Shawn, because she made sure that people understood what the motions meant, what motions actually held up the divorce, all of that. So that makes all the difference when you breaking down those type of documents. You want to stick to what's in the midst of your expertise, right? So I'm gonna play a little bit of Miss Shawn's live. She did give me permission yesterday in her live. Thank you again for that. I'm not gonna play too much because I want y'all to actually go and watch it for yourselves, because she broke it all the way down, y'all. Like she broke down what mattered. I'm gonna say that she broke down what mattered, because in the midst of a divorce situation, it's a lot of paperwork. Like, it's a lot of paperwork going on, but a lot of it is actually not important, right? So she broke down what was actually beneficial to the saga. She broke that part down. She pretty much, she didn't, the miscellaneous stuff she didn't get into, because you can, if it's that serious and you want to go see that for yourself, by all means, right? But I think I've told y'all this before, but throughout the saga, I actually had a source that was giving me parts of the decree from beginning to end. So a lot of it I already knew. So, but it still was good to actually hear the finalized portion of it, y'all. So it was some very important things that Miss Shawn stated, reading and breaking down the decree, that I feel like a lot of people probably didn't process it well. So I'm going to definitely elaborate on those particular things, because I feel like they're very crucial in this situation. And when you're trying to understand motives, it's definitely important, baby. Definitely important. Hold on, y'all. Record it and you can just... what? What the hell? Hold on, y'all, because I'm getting stuff coming through. Oh, Lord. I'm going to use all of this, too. Thank you for these receipts, baby. Okay. Something definitely going on. Something is definitely going on. You could tell when something going on, child. But anyways, y'all, before I get into it, I of course have to shout out my ways of support. The Cash App is pinned if you would like to bless me monetarily. $Lupac1 is scrolling across. No, it ain't scrolling. I gotta pin it up, but it's definitely pinned in the chat. You could also buy me a coffee. You can support my website, that's in the chat, and my mods do put it simultaneously floating in the chat, all of my links. You can get a membership to get in on all of our exclusive content and our litty lives, baby, because the membership lives are way more lit than the public lives, I promise you. It's a whole different vibe. But definitely hit that like button for your girl, because that is free 99. Okay. All right, y'all. So let me pull up. I see. I seen that one. I seen that on his page. Let me put my badge on. Let me pull up. Hey Kimberly W. She say it pop. Don't say it pop. Let me pull up Miss Shawn's live, y'all, so we can go over what I want to elaborate on. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second to pull it up and present it to the screen. Oh, and this another thing too, y'all. Something else I'm doing now also I did pin it. Well, it is on pin on the screen, but if you are in my live early and you want a specific super chat or whatever read out, I will be reading all super chats from here on out at the beginning of the live. So if you in it early and you want to say something specifically and you want it read, get your super chat early, baby. Okay. Get it early. All right. Let me pull up Miss Sean's live. Hey to all my new people that's just coming in the chat. What's up, Terry, bro? I think I've seen you already. Hold up. Hey, Latoya. Hey, Melissa Santana. Yes, y'all hit that like button. Grown woman status. What's up, sister? The big gamer. Hey, Shamisis Services. Renee Howard. Shout out to everybody that's just getting in the building. Okay, y'all. I done pulled it up. Let me try to find the part that. Hold on. I'm going to just play a little bit of it real quick.
Hereby enjoined and restrained from counseling or changing auto, health, or life insurance for the parties or the parties' children currently in place. Each party is hereby enjoined and restrained from disconnecting or having disconnected the home utilities, including but not limited to electricity, gas, water, telephone, etc. Y'all see when this order was signed on October 28, 2021. Why was it signed October 28, 2021? Because it's pre-printed. It's pre-printed, y'all. It's a pre-printed document. Y'all, that's very important that you remember. Because sometimes people will stress.
Okay, y'all, on that particular part, basically what Miss Shawn was trying to say is LaTruth only asks for, hey the best, hey Miss Bridget, he only asks for a non-contested divorce. Like, if you are familiar with non-contested divorces, that can literally be settled in 30 days. Maybe even less sometimes. Literally. Because it's pretty much outright. Simple, easy. Y'all agree upon everything. If y'all remember, there was a particular, and this is how you could tell Miss Shawn was unbiased, because she couldn't really fill in the blanks for a lot of stuff because she don't follow neither party. But I'm sorry y'all if it's an echo. Hold on. It might be because of my it might be because, is it an echo still like right now, even though I have it paused? Y'all still hear echo? Let me know if y'all still hear it right now with Miss Sean's live paused. Because y'all might have heard the echo when because I did have it unmute when I was playing that little piece. Okay, y'all don't hear it? Okay, that's why. I hadn't muted my live yet. But anybody see? So, okay. So Lord, I done lost my train of thought. I should have never tried to read that comment. But basically, if y'all remember, it was an audio, and I just recently put this video up not that long ago. The other day, matter of fact, where Laonya was on that Instagram live and her friend was in the background. It was in like the pink silk pajamas or whatever, and she hit the live button in the middle of the phone conversation with her and RH, but she didn't hit it when it initially started, right? Because she wanted to manipulate her audience and make it seem like he was harassing her, bugging her, calling her constantly, whatever. And she just wanted the divorce to be over and done with, but that wasn't the case. See, the part that she hit the live button on was when he started asking her for his name back. That's when she started getting, upset or whatever, angered, and she kind of started going off. That's when she hit the live button. So, child, what was I thinking? My bad, y'all. But yeah, that's when she hit the live button. But RH later released the audio in its entirety so people could see from beginning to end how the conversation started, which she had a whole different attitude when she answered the phone until he started asking for his name back. But he only wanted his name and 50-50 for their child. That's it. That's all. He never asked for alimony. She did. And if you don't believe it, all you got to do is go on the Georgia website and read the divorce decree for yourself. See, I knew this already because, like I told y'all, I've been getting snippets of the decree since the beginning, since the divorce was filed. Because, people can get access to it. You just have to pay or whatever. But I had a source who was giving me snippets of the divorce decree. But she definitely asked for alimony. A lot of the stuff that she was doing on social media was fueled by her motive within the divorce filings. And if you've been following the saga, then you can tell, you can pretty much co-sign or validate certain things that was done on social media with certain parts of the divorce filing. But like I said, Sean was basically trying to make everybody understand that the paperwork was already pre-printed, meaning that's a set divorce document. It's already done. You just have to fill it in. Your name, your date, your address, your date of birth, whatever. You just have to fill it in. It wasn't nothing that his lawyer typed up. It was a basic divorce filing set of paperwork that you just fill in. That's it. That's all. They tried to make it seem like and was reading as if he put all of these things in there, but that's not the case. All right, let me play a little bit more. Hold on, y'all.
Certain verbiage in these documents to make it seem like the person put it in there knowingly and willingly, knowing that it's pre-printed, it was already put in there. Okay. So now we're going to move on. Yeah. I'm sorry if I can't see some of y'all guys' stuff. Okay. So hold on. Explain with y'all. All right. All right. Can y'all see it? Yes. Petitioners petition for divorce in support thereof. All right. In the first one, all she does with this first half is say, do she deny it or do she admit to it? Now, if y'all can remember in the petition, the first 5 sections or 6 sections was basically him verifying who they were, where they lived, and basically verifying or confirming that this county has jurisdiction over their case. That's basically what 1 through 4, 1 through 5 is basically about. So that's her, and she's admitting to all of that. So she's not. Well, I do have to say, in number 3, I will admit this is kind of funny, y'all. Robert got his date he got married wrong because she said in 3, respondent denies the allegation contained in paragraph 3 of petitioner's petition. Respondent has been forced. Respondent is Brianna. Pay attention because I'm going to read this twice. Hey, Amber, I'm going to read this twice. Respondent has been forced to separate from petitioner on the grounds that the marriage is irretrievably broken with no hope for reconciliation.
Okay, y'all, that part is very important. What's up, Nola Bunny, Claudette, the discussion board? Shout out to everybody that's just getting in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all, that part is very, very important, okay? For the ones in the back that's watching from the bushes, that's a supporter over there. Pay attention in class, baby, okay? Let me read it out myself. Hold on, y'all. Let me go back to it. Hopefully it don't echo. But I want to read this part myself, baby. So, it says, respondent, which is LaOnya. RH is the petitioner because he filed for the divorce. The respondent is the person who responds, right? So it says respondent has been forced to separate from petitioner on the grounds that the marriage is irretrievably broken with no hope for reconciliation. And I ain't reading the code number, whatever. Respondent has committed the acts of cruel treatment under whatever. Respondent reserves the right to amend her counterclaim at a later time during these proceedings if necessary. Okay? So, that means that... Hold on, y'all. Let me come back to y'all because I'm still on the other screen. Okay, so that means that she's pretty much saying that she was forced out of the marriage. Hey, Coco. Hey, Miss E. She was forced out of the marriage, y'all. She did not want to get a divorce. She was forced out of the marriage, which she later tried to change it. We're going to get to that part also. But what the word was? Irretrievably broken, whatever. She was forced out of the marriage. Go look up the definition if you don't know what it means. She was forced out of the marriage. And if y'all remember, I played an audio of her saying, when RH called her, he released that audio. And she was saying, if you're not calling me to work it out, don't call me anymore. That was one of the audios. There's an audio out there with Kevin, her calling Kevin on the phone, trying to get him to fix their marriage, and her saying, she was crying and everything, saying the only thing she wanted was to fix her marriage, reconcile her marriage. And RH, she was like, he playing games. I don't think he wants to. She said all she wanted was to try to work on being a better wife, etc., etc. That I might have to do another video and play that one for y'all. But that audio exists. And also, if y'all remember, the Rices, that was somebody who she met in the midst of the saga, who she became real close with. They are no longer in connection. The Rices got away from her also. They are a Christian couple, and they tried to counsel, and it was a video put out of them sitting on the sofa, and Lakeisha Rice's husband said they tried to counsel them, but RH walked away completely. He did not want to reconcile the marriage. So that's what that means. It was no reconciliation. He was done. Stick a fork in him, done. Finish. Finito. Out of there. Exit. Let me stop. RH was done, baby. He didn't want no parts. He had said it was enough, and to keep it a buck, it was a point early on where it could have been reconciled, but he didn't realize everything she had been put out on social media, because it was a phone conversation that was had amongst them two, where he told her, and this was while she was in Jamaica with baby girl, and Ayana later showed up. She showed up later or whatever. But it was a phone conversation between her and RH. He also released that audio of him saying, you remember when I told you at the hotel, we could have worked it out or whatever, but I didn't realize that you had went back on the internet and put all of these defaming things out about me. So he said, now you see why I don't want to work it out. That was it. If you remember, you remember, but it is definitely out there. Y'all know how my memory work, baby. But that definitely happened. But y'all keep that in mind. She's saying basically that she was forced out of the marriage. Like, she didn't want to get a divorce, but he did. And she had no choice. That's basically what is being said as the respondent in that document. All right, let's play a little bit more. Hold on, y'all. I forgot about this part. It also says that respondent has committed the act of cruel treatment, right? So that's basically, Sean kind of broke that down. Basically what she's saying, if you look it up, cruel treatment falls under ABUSE of any sort, right? So she committed that or whatever, and she submitted that to her paperwork. But that has to be proven. So that was later thrown out. She could not prove any form of ABUSE in the courts, and it was thrown out. That's why she didn't get alimony. Because alimony is granted if you can prove cruel treatment within your marriage. Especially if it's under the 10-year mark or whatever. It could be, if you can prove it, you can get alimony. She couldn't prove it. And this is why I say the actual court, real court, is way more important than the court of public opinion. It makes a big difference, y'all. A big difference. Because people are easier to believe on social media, without all the facts. So if you can fool the people on social media, then you won. That's why Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's trial was publicized. That's why it was public. Because he wasn't so much worried about winning in court. He was worried about winning socially, because his reputation was ruined. It makes all the difference. It really does. It's sad, but it's true. You would think people that would go off of actual facts, but they don't. They go off of popularity and looks. That's what it gives. And it also says respondent reserves the right to amend her counterclaim, which is her response, at a later time during these proceedings if necessary. Basically, they asking for time for her to submit her response to his claim. Which, if you filing a non-contested divorce, why do you need time? Which she agreed to on that audio, remember? She agreed to a non-contested divorce. She agreed to his terms just to hurry up and get him off the phone. But that's not what she was doing behind the scenes. She wanted to manipulate her audience to make it seem like, oh yeah, I'm all for a quick divorce. I don't have no problem with it being non-contested. I just want out of this divorce so I can move on with my life. That wasn't the case. Per the paperwork, it wasn't. She just wanted time so they could come up with a plan, child. A whole plan to move forward with what she wanted in this divorce. Alimony, etc. She needed time so she can get her ducks in order. Which, those ducks meaning those DV interviews she did. Pretty much everything she needed to coincide to prove that she was under the Cruel Treatment Act or whatever. That's why she went on those panels spewing out lies, child. Spewing out lies, baby. Okay? All right, let me play, y'all. Let me play it.
She's repeating what he says, but she changed the wording of it. And respondent and respondent has committed the act of cruel treatment under OCGA. Respondent reserves the right to amend or counterclaim at later time during this proceeding if necessary. Respondent should be awarded temporary and permanent alimony in all forms from petitioner for her support and maintenance. Okay, so I'm going to read this again. Respondent has been forced to separate from petitioner on the grounds that the marriage, this is what she's repeating what's in the petition, and then she's going to turn around and what she wants the grounds to be, okay? Respondent has been forced to separate from petitioner on the grounds that the marriage is irretrievably broken with no hope for reconciliation pursuant to OCGA 1953. I'm not even going to read that law because y'all going to be like, what for? And respondent has committed the act of cruel treatment under OCGA. Respondent reserves the right to amend for counterclaim at a later time during the proceedings if necessary. Respondent should be awarded temporary and permanent alimony in all forms from petitioner for her support and maintenance. All right, so.
Okay, y'all heard who asked for alimony, right? Y'all heard who asked for alimony. And here's the thing. We also know that it was videos put out where, you know, she was trying to portray him in a certain image. She put out a financial document stating he only had $82 in the bank, 84, whatever it was, which we knew that wasn't the case, but she wanted to portray the image of him being broke. She wanted people to think he was broke. She was the breadwinner. You know, she wanted to paint herself in a good light and make him look like a monster. That's what it was. Like, oh, you know, I was the best wife ever. I took care of my husband. He was broke. He didn't have anything. And he still wanted, you know, this is what he's doing to me. So that's the image that she was trying to portray on his behalf. But it's different in the court, right? So if you look at the paperwork, she's asking for alimony. You can't get alimony from a broke man. I mean, how much of $84 you gonna get? Like, let's make it make some type of sense, baby. She made it seem to everybody on social media that he was just broke, busted and disgusted, child. But she was trying to get alimony. What do you need alimony for if you making... Y'all remember her flexing, showing a $420K tax document that she made, talking about she was the bag. You fumbled the bag. You fumbled the bag. You fumbled the bag. Y'all remember that? She did her big one, y'all. She did her big one, baby. And I wish I should have played. I should have played when she was saying all of that. But she did her big one saying he fumbled the bag. She was the bag child. He was broke, busted, and disgusted. Okay. All of the above. And she was asking for alimony. That's the crazy part. How you asking for alimony and child support from a broke ninja? And you know what's crazy? LaTruth filed multiple motions, y'all, of that missing discovery for that $420K tax document, because it just so happened to disappear in the midst of the divorce proceedings. How ironic, right? Hey Nakia, hey Darice. How ironic is it that that particular tax document where she made her most money that year disappeared? Because his lawyer had to file several motions for that missing discovery of the $420K tax document. Why is it that it just magically disappeared, but you showed it on a live? And if y'all actually privy to the court documents, then you will see where RH even used that video of her on live showing her tax documents and he used it against her in court. He used it against her because she was trying to get alimony. How you trying to get alimony from a man that you claiming you make more money than? But that's what she was portraying on social media. She was making it seem on social media that she was the bag and the breadwinner, but in the courts, she was acting like she was broke, busted, and disgusted, and she needed alimony from him, baby. That's what it's giving. Okay? Hey, Malibu Genies. That's probably why she's 20K in debt. What? Where you heard that from, girl? Hey, Lucinda. Hey, Lady Love. Where you heard that from? Yep, but that's what was going on. Like, it's crazy because you can literally, matter of fact, so let me play this for y'all real quick. Because I was gonna put this in a video. I still am, but it's just the fact. I wish y'all could see it, but y'all can't see it. I ain't gonna play it on my live for y'all to see it, but I'll let y'all hear it. But hey, Miss Beverly. It's crazy because if y'all remember, she did multiple lives saying that she filed for the divorce. And oh, y'all dumb if y'all believe he filed first. Like to say, why would he divorce me? It was even a live done where she got Biggie Smalls, Naya, to come on and say, she was like, sis, who filed for the divorce first? And Naya was like, I can't believe I gotta say this, but y'all should know she filed. Knowing damn well she didn't file first. You got that girl to lie for you yet again, because she has lied for her multiple times. So the fact of the matter is, she did multiple lives saying she filed for divorce, then double back and did a live trying to beat RH to come in publicly and saying it, where she said, the police just served me my divorce papers, and try to fit it in with announcing that show. Like to say, oh yeah, he divorcing me. Let me hurry up and put it out there before he put it out there that he served me. And I'm going to throw in the fact that I got a show coming out to show y'all, oh, I'm still getting blessed. So that should tell you something. That was the motive. Watch, listen. Oh, and this particular clip that I'm about to play for y'all was when she was like, I kept asking God, what should I do? What should I do? This is her trying to find a way to, I guess, say, why she filed for divorce. Like to say, now he didn't win on Tasha K. That was my sign from God. She didn't want to admit, child. She tried her hardest to not admit that this man left her. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to play this clip.
What is it you want me to do? What is it you want me to do? I said, God, this is overwhelming. I'm tired of trying to do it my way. I just want to give it to you. Like, God, I fully surrender. God, I fully don't know what to do. Listen, I'm reading through this paperwork. This is my divorce paperwork that I filed. And I'm reading through the paperwork, right? I'm like, God, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm sad, I'm crying. I'm like, Lord, God,
it's bad when you lie on God, y'all.
Like, God, please help me. I surrender. And what am I supposed to make this work? Am I not supposed to? Am I supposed to go save this situation? Am I supposed to go on the internet and save the world?
Save the world, not her marriage. Save the world. Y'all, let me pause it. This is a prime example of, she knew all this time right here while she was making this video. She knew RH had walked away completely. He did not want to reconcile that marriage. This is her trying to save face on her end to her supporters. Not to everybody else, to her supporters, talking about, should I go out there and try to save the world? Not, she meant her marriage, but she said the world. It's because, you know, when you lying, you trying to put things together in your head, and your words start coming out crazy. Hey, Miss Mel. Hey, Panamanian and a princess. I'm just playing, girl. Hey, P Princess. Your name is too crazy, girl. I can't pronounce that. I don't be wanting to butcher nobody's names, child. We're gonna call you P Princess. Okay? That's what we're gonna call you, girl. But y'all, I wish y'all could see this. I'm about to put in a video, because y'all gotta see her face while she's talking. Like, you could tell, like, her body language is body language experts Mona Lisa, child, cause she give it away every time. When she lying, she gonna definitely turn away from the camera. You could tell when she's telling a lie, but it's funny, y'all. I'm gonna have to do a video for y'all for this. But this one, she had a big stack of papers in her hand, acting like it was some divorce documents. I don't know what it was, because we later found out that he was the one who filed. And this is not the first time. She did like 3 videos, different videos, where she said she filed for divorce. And one was with her sister, the fake sister, Biggest Smalls, because what is her real name, child? Something. She was in the video and co-signing it. I don't know why I gotta tell y'all this. She filed first, child. This girl did not want her marriage to end. She did not want to lose out on her marriage. Miss Mia, hey Miss Mia said, I remember the stack of loose leaf papers. That's a fact, child. Cause she had a big stack of copy paper, and it was another time where, if you look at the actual papers that came from the police that served her, they was like pink. I think that was pink. They wasn't white papers. But it's just crazy because she had a whole stack. Like, she just took half a pack of copy paper off the printer and was holding it in her hand, flipping it over, talking about, this is my divorce papers. Let me let y'all finish listening.
No lie. I prayed and I cried for 2 hours. I prayed and I cried for 2 hours. I prayed and I cried for 2 hours. And I was listening to William Murphy, his song, You Are My Strength. And I kept listening to that song over and over and over, praying, asking God, what should I do, God? What should I do? 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 I took a nap, woke up, and there was the interview. And there was the interview. I said, okay, God, gotcha. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. You're right. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. You're right. No more second guessing. No more questioning. No more you should. No more am I wrong. No more self-doubt.
Am I wrong?
I tell y'all, God reveals things to you. I didn't need to do nothing else. I didn't need to ask nothing else. I handed over to God. I cried and I prayed for 2 hours. Fell asleep, woke up, and there was an interview about me again. Good God.
You know what? This is her, y'all. It's so funny because this is her finally getting the picture that man was done. No reconciliation. He didn't want you anymore. That was her finally coming out to the world and letting them know. Now she had to try to put how they say that? Put sugar on ish. By coming and saying, oh, I filed for the divorce. No more second guessing myself. No more asking myself, am I wrong? Like, girl, you knew you was wrong. You knew you was wrong. And you knew you didn't file for the divorce. You could tell. I don't know how these people couldn't see it in her face. Like, all of those videos from way back when the saga first started, she looked like she had been crying before she got on each video. And it was later revealed, in the midst of the saga, that it was a lot of times she was bawling, crying, but she wouldn't tell her supporters that. She had to make it seem that she hated her husband and he was a monster, because that's the motive that she started. But that wasn't the case, baby. This girl wanted that marriage. She knows she lost a good husband. Imagine going from, and this is the part people not grasping, she literally went from sugar to ish, from RH to himself. Because imagine going from a marriage where your husband puts you on. Matter of fact, I'm going to play another audio for y'all. He puts you on. He takes care of you y'all only been married 6 years, but he took care of you financially and your kids from an outside relationship for the first 4 years of your marriage. The first 4 years, because they didn't have their baby girl until the last 2 years of the marriage. That 5th year is when they had the baby girl. So imagine him doing all of that, putting you on because you only making $10 an hour at Best Buy, and selling wigs and this and that, and him putting you on to the big money game, the bag on social media, so that if he falls off, which he did, because if he ended up getting sick, and now is your time to step in as a wife, because he already showed you what he can do. So now the last 2 years of the marriage is your turn to step up so he can get back on his feet. But people act like she deserved the trophy for that. That's what you're supposed to do, because in a marriage you're a team. I'm pretty sure any woman that would be in that situation where they got a man who's handling everything financially for them and their kids who are not biologically his, for the first 4 years of their relationship, and that man falls sick, I guarantee you that woman gonna step up and handle her business with no rewards needed. That's what you're supposed to do in a marriage. That wasn't no boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. You went from that to literally being a paymaster in a relationship. Something that she would speak against. She did multiple videos speaking against women playing the wife role while being the girlfriend. But she did just that. Which is why Himzel will never... well, he ain't marriage material, period. But that's part of the reason. Because when you give so early on in the relationship, they fall in love with your hand and not your heart, baby. That's why he uses that to his advantage. If y'all notice from the text messages, it literally says that anytime he don't get what he want, he catch a hissy fit like a child and leave her until she go buy what he wants, pretty much, for him to come back. That ain't no man. That's a dependence. That's a toddler. That's toddler behavior. Ain't no real man moving like that. If they really care for you, they don't care what you got to offer. No way. Like, that is crazy. Anyways, so let me see. I think it was another one. But y'all heard her say she filed for the divorce. Let's play this one.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to celebrate with my friends. I can't wait to celebrate. And not to top it off, y'all. This morning, the police came to my door to serve me with my divorce papers. He was like, I ain't never seen nobody this excited to get their divorce papers.
Them papers pink.
I'm excited as fuck to get away from that. So I can cut ties and continue on my blessings that I got for the new year. Y'all, when I tell y'all I got so much stuff happening. I can't wait to be able to talk about it. But this show is...
Okay, y'all. So in that video in particular, she tried to basically hurry up and slide the fact that she was just served divorce papers in. Y'all notice how quickly she ran over that and said, oh, I can't wait. I got so much stuff to tell y'all. I can't wait to talk about it, y'all. But if you watch the actual video, you can tell that looked like a manic episode. And they had people all in the comments. If you go on TikTok and you search for this video in particular, I want to say Miss LaTruth divorce papers or whatever. Search for that. Read the comments of it's a bunch of people that reposted this video. Read their comments. People are literally saying, child, she trying so hard to not cry. Literally every comment under all those people's videos say the exact same thing. She is so hurt, baby. Somebody check on her. She trying not to cry. But you can see it. Like, you can see that she was really, really sad. She had been crying, trying to cover it up with excitement. You can't cover up hurt, baby. Pain is the hardest emotion to cover up, period. Because we all know that through that emotion, through that excitement, you're going to still see the pain. You're going to still see it. And you could definitely see it in that video. Like, it wasn't giving what she wanted it to give. But I think she hurried up and ran to the internet on that live and said that because she wanted to be able to say it and to manipulate her audience before RH got a chance to put it out. Hey, Miss Vicky Queen. Hey, Brandy. Yeah, she wanted, because she had been said multiple times that she filed for divorce. And yet again, a lot of those people allow her to get away with that lie, which was unfortunate, because I feel like just the fact of him filing, it changed a lot. It changed a lot, because her narrative, her motive was that he was this monster the whole 6 years of the marriage. He was abuse towards her and the kids and all these different things. But you wanted to reconcile that marriage. You paid for a whole vow renewal. And messages was also released of you saying that he was done with you. He said you didn't make him happy. He wanted out of that marriage. Like, those messages was, Dawn talked about it on her live earlier. But it's just the fact that you painted the picture of him being this monster, but yet you didn't want your marriage to end. In your divorce paperwork, it says you were forced out of the marriage. I know if I'm married to the devil himself, baby, I don't need nobody to force me out of no marriage. I'm gone. And I don't know if y'all remember, maybe it's probably only going to be the OGs of the saga that will remember this, but when her Beehive was real thick in the midst of the saga, I'm talking about the original Beehive gang. The original ones, all of those then fell off. They left the saga long ago when they realized she was on some BS. A lot of them girls came from under her and was done with it. But when they was early on in the midst of the saga, they put out paperwork, because I have all these receipts, y'all. They put out paperwork to make it seem like she had a lawyer and she filed first for the divorce, and somebody from RH's side called the number. They screenshot the paperwork that they put out on her behalf, and somebody called it, and it wasn't even a divorce attorney. It was either a tax attorney or credit attorney or something like that. How many of y'all remember that? That place, that law firm in particular, that lawyer that they listed, that the Beehive listed, they didn't even do family law or divorces. They didn't do nothing like that. I think it was personal injury. It was something like that, y'all. But it was put out to make it seem like, oh yeah, y'all saying he filed first, but this is what it is. And this was all of that was put out before she did this video saying she was served her divorce papers. Because they was trying real hard to make it seem like she filed first. That was crazy. But let me... So many lies, child. So many lies have been spewed all over this saga till it don't make no sense, baby. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna get back into playing Miss Sean's live, because we already an hour in, child. We are an hour in. Okay, hold up, y'all. And y'all could tip y'all girl. We going through these documents. Y'all could tip y'all girl a little 1-2. A little 1-2 blessing. Hold on, y'all. Let me mute so it don't echo.
The parties have one minor child. That would be Amora Hampton. She was born in 2019. Okay, number 7, this is the petition for the custody of the minor child, to wit, Amora Hampton, a female child born in 2019, is within the jurisdiction of this court pursuant to the Uniform Child Custody Jurisdiction and Enforcement Act, OCGA Section 19-940. Respondent makes the following statements under oath: that prior to the physical custody of their minor child, and that the parties share joint legal custody of the minor child on a temporary and permanent basis. So she asked for primary physical custody and she asked for joint legal custody, okay? Primary physical custody and joint legal custody, okay? Respondents show that a sufficient amount of child support should be set in accordance with the child support guidelines as provided by OCGA. Respondent shows that the parties have acquired property, both tangible and intangible, during the course of the marriage. Respondent seeks an equitable division of all assets which are considered to be marital. So Robert said in his petition that there was no tangible or intangible property. So, you know, I don't know what tangible or intangible. She might be talking about jewelry or anything of value that may be of value to her. So that's what she means by that, I guess. Respondent showed that the parties acquired certain debts and obligations during the course of the marriage, and respondent desires and requests that said debts and obligations be divided as provided by law. All right, so all of this stuff right here is not anything that is modified. I'm trying to look at everything that's modified to go with the with her stuff, and then I'm going to get to exactly what she wants. Okay, she did say a petitioner should be ordered to pay respondents attorney fees and costs of litigation pursuant to OCGA on a temporary and permanent basis. Additionally, should petitioner engage in abuse litigation, or if the facts of this case permit such an award pursuant to any alimony in all forms from petitioner for her support and maintenance.
My bad, y'all. I'm gonna get to that specific part where she asks for alimony and the stuff that she asked for, and that's all I'm gonna play left of Sean's live. Y'all gonna have to go watch it in its entirety. I really advise anybody who wants to know about this divorce decree to watch her live in its entirety. She pretty much gave a sharp version breakdown of, you know, what they wanted, the restraining order, or, you know, just everything that was important to the divorce proceedings. But I don't want to play her whole live because I want y'all to still go and support. But I'm trying to get to that part specifically. Hey, Miss White, healed by his stripes. I hope you feeling okay. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me play it.
A total divorce, that is to say a divorce, the respondent should be awarded temporary and permanent alimony in all forms from petitioner for her support and maintenance. The respondent be awarded physical custody of the party's minor child on a temporary and permanent basis. That petitioner be awarded visitation with the minor child on a temporary and permanent basis. That the parties share joint legal custody of the minor child. I'm going to break that down in a second, y'all, so just hold on. That petitioner be ordered to pay monthly child support to respondent in keeping with the Georgia State Law Support Guidelines. That petitioner and respondent be awarded their separate properties already in their possession. That there be an equitable division in all marital debts. That any written agreement between the parties filed herewith be approved and incorporated with any judgment of divorce or interim of the court. That respondent be awarded her attorney fees and expensive litigations from petitioner. That respondent be awarded such other and further relief as the court may consider equitably and appropriate. All right, so we're going to go back to the top. So I know you wonder, well, what does all that mean? All right, so I'm going to break down what this means. And let me say this again, you guys. This is not a biased situation where I am going for Brianna or I'm going for Robert. I am strictly reading the facts, breaking it down, and letting you understand what it means. That's it. That's all. I have no dog in this fight. I do not support either party. Either party. I've said this over and over again. I do not support either party. I only come for the facts, and whatever the facts go toward, if it's the truth or not, period. When a person comes in with a counterclaim, they are basically saying, you know, hey, this is what I want. This is how I think this should go. So She wanted his petition to be thrown out and hers to be and hers to be on top. So she wanted to be the respondent and the petitioner. She wanted him to be the defendant. He wanted, I don't know who this is. He wanted it to be grounds of in retreat.
Okay, so y'all remember I read earlier on the divorce document where she basically said, as the respondent, they wanted to reserve time to give a counterclaim later on. So that's what they came up with. Basically, what Sean just said was her counterclaim was put in for her to be the petitioner and him to be the defendant, the respondent. So basically, she wanted to throw out the fact that he filed the divorce first and to make it seem as though she filed first. That's what she was trying to do. That was her counterclaim. Or part of her counterclaim. Truth Slayer, she wanted to be the petitioner. If you wanted to be the petitioner, you should have just filed first. Because if I'm not mistaken, RH didn't file until December, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. But didn't he file in December? So she had more than enough time to file for a divorce if she really wanted to. She didn't want to. She didn't want that marriage to end, baby. Hence, her trying to get people to reconcile their marriage for her. She didn't want that marriage to end. But like I said, that was a part of her counterclaim, was to throw out the fact that he was the petitioner, which ain't no judge gonna do that. I guess it depends on certain stipulations, but if you file first, you file first. What you think, you gonna get favoritism because you a woman and he gonna throw out this man claims and say, oh, well, she's pretty, so I'm gonna just throw out you as the petitioner and let her be the petitioner. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. He filed first. And you know what? Y'all know what's crazy to me and mind-boggling? It was so many people that was saying, well, you know what? Once they found out, because if y'all remember, they didn't believe us. Hey, Miss Ashley. Yep, he filed December 2022. They didn't believe us when we were saying this man filed for divorce. They did not want to believe that he filed for that divorce first, just because she was saying she filed first. So they chose who they wanted to believe, pretty much. Because if y'all remember, at one point it was his word against hers until she actually came out and said she would serve her divorce papers. It was a good while. Hey, Ashley. But it was a good while before people actually realized that RH filed first. When she came out and did that video that I just played for y'all saying that the police just served her divorce papers, it was his word against hers on who filed first. And a lot of people believed her, I guess because she pretty. Y'all know how social media do. They just couldn't believe that this man wanted to divorce this beautiful young thing child. They couldn't believe it, baby. Okay. I'm so weak, y'all. But it's just crazy because he literally been telling people, like, I filed for my divorce first. Who would lie about something like that? Well, she did, so I can't say who. I can't say who, because she definitely lied about it multiple times. Like, that, she told the lie of her filing for the divorce at least 3 times on her platform, and they still supported that BS. That's the crazy part. Thank you, True Slayer, for the cash app. That's my first one. She say, love you, Lou. I love you more, my girl. Thank you for your support. It's just funny, y'all, because it's like actually seeing how all of this played out and now getting to see the divorce papers. It's the fact that hey Kayla, I'm good, my girl. Hey Miss Sabrina. Just seeing how all of this played out, y'all, and the fact that these people still crucifying this man, even with the black and white like they claim, even with the divorce papers coming out and it being read out publicly. Like, what more do you want? If the judge threw out the fact that she couldn't prove cruel treatment in her marriage, that should have just, I don't want to say that word, that should have been the end game for all of this that's going on social media. She couldn't prove cruel treatment in her marriage. If y'all remember, let me play this for y'all. Hold up. Because this is real important. Let me play this receipt for y'all. I forgot about this one. Let me find it and play it for y'all, baby. Give me a second. Cause it was a point where she was like, I proved my case for 3 months on social media, and y'all still don't want to believe the receipts and this and that. So you know what? I ain't trying to prove none of y'all. I'ma save my receipts for the judge. Who remember when she said that? Who remember that, baby? Hold up, let me find that clip, child. Let me find that clip. Where is it? Where is it? I know it's one of my recent saves. No, it's not recent. Hold on, y'all. Let me mute so I can see which one it is. Give me a second. Hold on, y'all. I'm still looking for it. I got to find that receipt so y'all can hear it. Because people started being at her top. Like, people wanted to know what was going on. Like, and she was adamant about, I'm not showing y'all nothing else on social media. I'ma save my receipts for the judge. It just shows you that, bruh, the stuff people pull on social media, you can't do that in court, baby. You can't do that in court. The judge ain't gonna just fall for anything in court. You can't just tell a judge anything. Let's see what this is. Hold on. This ain't the one, but y'all listen to this real quick.
Yes. And that's all you concerned with? No, it ain't no point. It ain't no point of us going back and forth. Ain't no point of you calling me tomorrow. I told you to say, I said, don't call me no more. You ain't working on shit, don't call me no more.
Y'all remember that? That's when she was in the DR. Oh, yeah, and I said Jamaica, y'all, but it was the DR. My bad. It was the DR trip. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. I think this is it. Hold on. This is one, but this is a real short one. Y'all listen good.
If there's too much proof, you took me a lot of tests that I have passed.
She said, I forgot what the person said in the comments, but she said, I have too much proof, too much evidence, and too many lie detectors that I have passed. You only took one lie detector test, and it was about the tote situation. She didn't ask nothing about no physical nothing. Child, hold on. Let me find the other one.
I'm gonna have to show you.
Oh! Wait, this is the one, y'all. This is the one. This is it. Hold up.
To show you shit. Where you got that?
No, that's not it. Dang, I can't find it. But it was one where I'm gonna have to find it and put it in a video for y'all. But it was a clip in particular where somebody asked her something about ABUSC proof in the comments, and she was like, I don't have to prove nothing to y'all. I just gotta show it to the judge, or the judge got all my proof, or something like that. All along, clearly the judge ain't got jack-ish, because he threw out your claim for cruel, what it was, y'all? Cruel treatment. And if y'all look up, like Miss Shawn say, look up cruel treatment in a divorce proceeding, and you will see that ABUSC falls under that. She couldn't prove cruel treatment, hence why it was thrown out, and also why the judge didn't grant her alimony. Period. For the ones in the back. Go through. If you still ain't sure, if you don't believe our word, go read the divorce documents for yourself, baby. And get somebody that you familiar with, that's familiar with law, that you close with, regardless of which side of the fence you own, and ask them to help you break it down so you can see. That's the best way to do it, y'all, to keep it a buck. Anybody from RH side or the wife side, if you know somebody that's familiar with law, get them to help you read over that paperwork so you can see who's really in the rights. Y'all can't get mad at us because the divorce proceedings, the divorce decree actually is in his favor. Y'all can't get mad at us for that. Like, I don't care how bad you dislike that man. The divorce decree is in his favor, period. Basically, he didn't lie about the stuff that he was saying as far as the divorce is concerned. He did try to get some sort of full custody. That was in the paperwork. He did file first. That was in the paperwork. Like, I don't know what these people not understanding. But if you read this divorce decree, it shows that she had a motive. She wanted to end him on social media, his livelihood, period. And she wanted alimony and a lot of child support. She definitely wanted his money after the marriage was over, regardless of the fact of him setting her up with generational wealth, putting her on to social media. She didn't care about that. She wanted his too, baby. And that's obvious. Because why else would a woman ask for alimony? She didn't prove infidelity. That was nowhere mentioned. Because y'all know anytime somebody get divorced, if the husband or the wife was cheating, the other party is trying to get alimony. But you have to prove the infidelity. She couldn't prove that. Because her husband wasn't cheating on her. And then also another thing y'all noticed throughout the whole saga, infidelity was not mentioned until somebody tried to say that RH had a woman in his hotel room on a video, but it turned out to be either the housekeeper or old boy that would travel with the camera. If y'all remember that. That's not proving infidelity anyways, because that's still not proving it. You gotta prove that. The whole Peaches thing, the girl from the mall, that wasn't proof either, y'all. That was just a cover-up. She was the one who was messaging the girl back. When those messages came out, to make it seem like it was him, that was her. She was messaging the girl back from his name to make it seem, to try to get a response out of her to see if it was some type of infidelity. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do or have done. Every woman that went through a man phone before and messaged a woman back acting like they that man to see how that woman gonna respond on the other end. You can't tell me you ain't never did that before. That's what she did with the Peaches situation. Because RH had never even messaged the girl back. The girl was messaging him up to do some work, y'all, to do some skits. He had never even responded back to her. So why would you take it upon yourself to message this woman to try to basically force a situation? Force infidelity. That is crazy work. Think about it. He said on that Bae's podcast that she told him she went through his phone every night of their marriage and he didn't even know until they were separated. So if you went through his phone every night, it's obvious you never found nothing, right? Because if you went through it, for one, like my grandma used to say, if you're gonna go through a man's phone and still stay, don't go through it. Especially if you find something. You a fool. You just messing up your own peace, baby. If you gonna go through your man's phone, find something, and still stay, what's the point? What's the point? So it was obvious she didn't find nothing. Hey, Miss Brenda. That's the thing. That's a good question, P Princess. That's a good question, child. Hey, Dorona. Chrissy say Lupac is funny as I'm writing in the chat. You're saying what I'm putting in the chat. Okay? Because listen, great minds think alike, baby. Y'all know we be in tune, okay? It's just crazy. Like, come on now. Y'all know, if she would have found something, child, that man would have never been able to live that down. She was dealing with her own insecurities. Because, for one, this is me personally. If I have to go through your phone, if you my man and I have to go, you giving me reasons to go through your phone, I don't need to be with you. Period. Because I feel like if that's your man, he not going to give you no reason to even want to go through his phone. Now, granted, a lot of relationships have it to where, what's up, D-Ham? What's up, bro? A lot of relationships, you had a good live earlier too. A lot of relationships have it to where, I go through his phone, he go through mine, whatever, which my relationship, we don't do that. Our phone is our phone, period. But I feel like if you give me a reason to want to try to go through it, that's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. That's because your behavior has changed. You're not moving how you was normally moving, and it's human nature for a person to think something is going on if the opposite sex behavior starts to change. Let's say you went from leaving your phone on the charge on the bed and all of a sudden you taking it in the bathroom with you when you taking a bath. No, that's a problem. Because why? Why has that behavior changed? You mean to tell me you went years with leaving it on the charger to now you need it in the bathroom with you while you in the tub? That makes all the difference. And that's why I said, I don't think it was the fact that he was giving her reasons to go through it. That was an insecurity within herself, because it's apparent that she don't heal in between her relationships. She just jump ship. Jump ship. No healing. And we all know that when you don't heal from a previous relationship, you carry the baggage of that older relationship over to your new one. And now your new partner is getting the blame for what you went through in the past. Are you doing a lot of comparisons instead of giving that person a fair shot? And that's not cool. No relationship is going to last when you moving like that. At all. Okay, y'all, let me play a little bit more because I ain't going to be on here all night, y'all. Amber got a live scheduled, I think at 7. So we're going to try to wrap it up soon so we can head on over to her. Let me play it.
Broken. She wanted grounds of cruel treatment. She did not want, she contested it. She wanted grounds for cruel treatment. In the state of Georgia, you guys, cruel treatment falls under abuse. Cruel treatment, and I encourage anybody to go look it up. Cruel treatment falls under any form of abuse. Okay? So she wanted her grounds to be changed from irreconcilable differences to cruel treatment. That's in the state of Georgia. Okay? So let me put something up real quick for you guys. because I'm going to explain to you. No, well, I can't log in from there. All right, so let me explain to y'all what cruel treatment is. I can't actually.
And you know what, y'all? Just the fact of her wanting to change it from irreconcilable differences to cruel treatment speaks volumes in itself. Because if y'all notice, her initial response was she was forced out of the marriage, right? We read that part early on. Her, as the respondent, said she was forced out of the marriage. She was forced out of the marriage, basically saying, my husband wants a divorce and I don't, due to irreconcilable differences. That's pretty much what she said. So she also responded saying, we need more time to give a counterclaim. And in my mind, them needing more time, what you need more time for? If y'all trying to put a non-contested divorce, plain and outright, where you just get a man his name back and 50-50 with y'all child, that's more than fair. What you need more time for? Unless you plotting. And that's exactly what it was. That divorce should have never took that long, y'all. And that's why I put that audio in that video that I did not that long ago for y'all to hear, because she literally agreed to his terms over the phone, because she wanted her supporters to think that she didn't have no issues. That way, when she run her plot behind the scenes in court, she could push it off on him as stalling up the divorce. And that's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. Because she even allowed her team of flunkies to put out there that he asked her for alimony. She allowed them to run with that, knowing that wasn't the case, knowing it was her who asked for alimony. It was all a plot. It was all a ploy, child. Because if you really want, and if I can recall, I ain't gonna say no names, but it was a few people, a few CCs who said early on, if you really want a divorce, you gonna sign the divorce papers, right? So now that we see it wasn't the husband, who really didn't want the divorce? Who held up the divorce? Who went through the ringers? Who took that divorce up and through there? Who took... What y'all be cracking myself up, y'all? She took that divorce up and through there, okay? She did not want that divorce. Because if it's that simple, you don't have, hey, Lika, hey, Miss Mel, what's up, y'all? If you don't have no assets with this man, you got on social media and claimed this man was a monster, child. He was the worst of the worst. You was miserable and went through mental and verbal abuse the entire 6 years of your marriage. Child, I would have signed them divorce papers before that police could leave the door from serving them. Period. I wouldn't want nothing from him. I would be glad to take my last name back. I would be glad to give him 50-50 with his child, whether he do or not do. I don't want no dealings with him anyway, so if he ain't going to deal with my child, that's even better for me, because I don't like him, right? Right? But that's not what she did, because it was a motive, y'all. It was a motive. She wanted what she can get from him. That's greed, in my opinion. Because if this man already set you up to be making nice 5-figure checks, not checks every month, why would you even request alimony from him? Why would you, why? But you painted the picture that he was this broke $84 person on social media. Child, Fast Cash Records say he got $84, baby. And a shrimp. She said he got $84 and a shrimp. I was miserable. What she say, y'all? I suffered in that marriage. Sounding like Celie. I suffered. Lord knows I suffered in that marriage. Oh my God. Child bye. Child bye. You knew you wanted that man, baby. She wanted that man, child. Y'all, I could only imagine. Let's be transparent. I could only, hey Latoya Middleton, thank you, look at God. I could only imagine when early on, even now too, just the fact of her being with him, Zell, when she's just sitting out in the room by herself, or it's real quiet. You know how when we get alone, y'all, whether it's in the shower or in our room, when we just get a break, like a little mental break, and we just thinking, because y'all know as women, our minds be wandering, child. I could only imagine the thought she be having, like, dang, I really did this to myself. I really allowed these social media people to help me mess up my marriage. I really went and got a ninja that ain't who he say he is. Like, I could only imagine she probably be crying in the shower, in the car, everywhere. Cause I know I would. If that was me, I know I would, baby. Cause she fumbled big time. They thought they was clowning RH, saying he fumbled. DM say, please do not leave Lupac live for mines. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm not gonna be on here too much longer anyways, bro, cause I think Amber going live at 7. But yo, I'm looking at it from a woman's point of view, cause I know how we are. Like, imagine getting on social media and saying the man fumbled, but you still gotta deal with certain thoughts behind the scenes, off camera, when reality hits. I mean, real reality, as in this man really loved you. Like, he really loved that girl. You can't tell me a man that's gonna take in a woman with 3 kids from a previous relationship and marry her didn't love her. She didn't have nothing to give him. He was already social media famous. He already had a little money. He already had the nice house. He had all of that already. That ain't nothing but love, child. She didn't have nothing for him to use her for in the beginning. Okay, Lachelle, I ain't staying on that long, child. I am not staying on here that long. Y'all know I don't be on live long. But I'm about to go live in a few too. But she didn't have nothing for him to use her for. She was like a fixer-upper, if that's a word. That ain't even a word, child. But she was a fixer-upper in the beginning. It was nothing that he needed to use her for. Keep in mind that he would be live, and at that time, if y'all know about the whole 20 mil situation, she would be in RH comments. Hey, dreamy girl. She would be in RH comments trying to get his attention like all the other women in the comments, until he finally responded to her. And when he responded, it went from there. She was trying to get his attention. So that speaks volumes. It's a live in particular a few of us have that we played a while ago, where she was on live and she would have 30 people in her live, and then he'll share it and he'll be like, there they go, they coming. And she'd be like, nah, y'all see what he done did, trying to act nonchalant and like she don't really care. Y'all see what he done did? Now I ain't gonna be able to talk to my people no more. It's gonna be too many of y'all on here. Acting like she didn't care, child. Like, oh Lord, went from 30 to 160. I'm so weak. Oh my God, I'll be cracking myself up, baby. But y'all know what I'm talking about, though, huh? Y'all remember that live? Where he shared it while she was on live, and her number started jumping. Like, she was like, them your folks. Say hi to your folks. so weak. Let me see. I don't know. I think I was looking for a video for y'all. Let me play. Let me play some more Sean before we get up off of here, baby. Hold on, y'all.
Put it up, but I will put it up on my community board for you guys. Okay, I will definitely put it up on my community board so you will see. So in Georgia, let me stop sharing. All right. So in Georgia, cruel treatment can be a fault. The petition, like abuse, like interrogatories. Interrogatories are. Let me say this about the motions. I'm going to say this about the motions. And let me go back to them. All right. So y'all remember that she pulled from this same one. So I want to show everybody I'm pulling from the same thing, the same exact thing. But I'm not crazy enough to buy all these documents. Okay. So let me tell y'all, out of 73 documents there were 17 certificates. So I know everybody is wondering about the motions. So like I told y'all, it's certain things I'm going to go through just to give the facts of the case, but I'm not going through it because when you invade entirely too much, that's a little too much invasion for me. And I really ain't got the patience for that. Okay. All right. So y'all, there were, hey, Michelle's. So y'all, after that, she served him with that, and then he served her. They both were served with interrogatories from each party. Now, the other party has said interrogations, but they're called interrogatories, you guys. They're called interrogatories. Interrogatories are part of the discovery, okay? It's part of turning in evidence. You ask certain questions to the other party, and you get the answer. But when you are, let me tell you, when interrogatories are issued and done by both parties when it is contested. When it is contested or a party has contested the divorce, the interrogatories have to come into play by both parties. So both attorneys had interrogatories for both parties, okay? All right, so who wants to know about the motions? The motions. Everybody wants to know. The biggest thing that has went through the saga is that the holdup for the divorce was motions. Okay, so let me explain this to y'all. Motion to compel. I'm gonna pull that up.
So, Sean said on her live that, I want to say, if I'm correct, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but because I don't want to play the whole thing, I'm trying to skip through. I don't want to play her whole live, but I think she said that she filed, was it, let's see, just three of Laonia's motions were the motions. Hold on, I'm on live. Hold on. Three of her motions that she filed were motions that would stop the court process, and RH only filed one. Hold on, y'all. Hold on right quick. My bad, y'all. Yeah, I think she said that the wife filed, it was more motions that were filed, but the ones that actually slow up the court process, that'll kind of put a halt to the process, Laonia filed 3 and RH filed 1. One motion that, would slow up the court process. So, but all in all, she definitely, the wife, filed more motions than he did. And you can go through the divorce decree to see that. If you need to validate or verify that, you can literally go on the Georgia website to see who filed the most motions. Because y'all know it was a big fuss throughout the saga on who filed most motions, who was holding up the divorce, etc., etc. So Sean basically broke the motions down, saying who filed the most, which motions held up the court process, and it was also, she also explained how certain motions are like disciplinary actions, like, whatever. So y'all gonna have to go watch her live to see all of that, because I'm not gonna play all her stuff. Thank you for the super sticker, Miss Mel. I said nobody love me today, child. Y'all ain't showing no kind of love, baby. Thank you. But it's something else. Hold on, I want to read this to y'all. Hold up, because we about to get up off of here. But I want to read this to y'all. This is a receipt that I found. Where did I put it? I literally just got that receipt today. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Because it's very important. Got screenshot it. One thing. No, that's not it. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Is it in downloads? Recents? Hold on, y'all. Because I know y'all be impatient. Where is that damn receipt? And I just said I wanted to read it on this live. Wait, is this it? No. That's not it. Okay, I found it. All right, y'all. So, thank you, Miss Flo, for the super chat. Love you. She says, what do you think about what I said about BB and her mans trying to stress RH out, bring his... Honestly, I think as long as he stay prayed up, he gonna be good. Because y'all know one thing about God, and if you got God in the midst of everything, he gonna always protect you. They can't stress him and bring nothing back. If it ain't meant for him, it ain't meant for him. And that's why I feel like a lot of people go wrong when they put a lot of their belief into people. Baby, I fear no one but God at the end of the day. Can't nobody touch me as long as I know he's protecting me. So, and RH is real big on God got me, so I think he's covered. And he got thick skin also. To be stressed, you have to allow it. You have to allow the stress to be stressed. So, he been pretty much hanging in there thus far, and I feel like a breakthrough is coming. I feel like a breakthrough is really coming, because it's sad. It really is sad, y'all. I don't care what no person does. Nobody deserves this much mistreatment on the internet from complete strangers. Period. Nobody deserves that. Nobody. When I say nobody, I mean nobody. Regardless of how much you might dislike a person, nobody deserves that, because mentally you never know what a person is going through, that it might be their last straw. You don't know that. So, and do you want to be that person to send them off the edge? No. So, it's just crazy. I don't think nobody deserves that much mistreatment on the internet. So this is what I found, y'all. And if y'all remember, this is from the beginning. Y'all remember when she put up that post? It was a picture she put up. It was early on. And she was, she basically plagiarized Tia Mowry's, divorce letter to her fans. This what I'm about to read to y'all. And thank you again, Miss Flo B, Miss Mel, and Lachelle's for the super chats. Love you guys. Thank y'all for y'all support. So, if this is why a lot of this, you know, they like to say, oh, they recycling receipts, but a lot of this is important, right? Especially when you trying to validate or prove something that happened in the midst of the saga. See, they try to make it seem as though, thank you, D-Ham. They try to make it seem as though Sleepy always been in the picture and this and that, right? So when I found this receipt and I read it, I was like, hold up. Listen to this, y'all. So she writes, I have always been honest with my fans, and today is no different. I just wanted to share that me and Robert have decided to go our separate ways. These decisions are never easy. We will maintain a friendship as we co-parent our beautiful children. It seems to me, and I'm going to stop right there because, in my opinion, if y'all only got one child together, biologically, and the biological father is present in the lives of the kids, then why would statements like that be made? This is why a lot of people in the saga were confused when Sleepy came out, because nobody knew of his existence, period. Nobody knew, y'all. I know I didn't. Child, every time pictures would be posted, RH would be dressed like the sons. They dressed like triplets, and people telling him and the LaChocolate one is twins. No, like I remember saying it, like, ooh, that's your twin, LaTruth. Nobody knew that wasn't that man kids. And if a man is present, you gonna know. If a father is present, you listen. This is where it gets crazy, and I think people really don't be paying attention. When a woman gets with a man and already has kids, already made family, if the biological father of those kids that come into the new relationship is present and active, those kids would not be calling the stepdad daddy. They would be calling him by his first name, Mr. Such and Such, Mr. Robert, or my stepdad, when they talking to other people. Nobody knew that this wasn't RH's kids. So that makes all the difference. And in a lot of the posts early on, it was saying some stuff about co-parenting their kids. Even in her first episode of the Just Being Bree show, when she was questioning the kids and she was asking them, do y'all prefer me married or single? And she even said, I mean, the kids was like, they prefer her single, but they still want to have a relationship with RH. Still want to have a relationship with RH. And like I told y'all, if y'all remember, early on in the saga, they were separated. But when them kids' birthday came around, this is before Zell came into the picture. When the oldest daughter birthday came around and RH sent her the edible arrangement and I think got her makeup done, LaOnya was on live and she said, Lauren, what do you want to say to Robert for your birthday stuff? And she was like, thank you, Daddy, I love you. That's what she said on that video. And it might still be there. That video might still be there, y'all. And when he brought the oldest son to get shoes for his for his birthday, they were still calling RH daddy. So my question is, this is the thing. I can only speak for me, y'all, but I've never seen a situation where the kids call two men that are present daddy, their biological daddy, and then, my mom is not married to my biological dad. I call my biological dad daddy, and I call my stepdaddy Papa Bear. Because he's very present and he been around. My mom been married for a long time. So that's the difference. You know, when the actual father is actually present. But it's given that he was absent the entire time. And that's why those kids were so comfortable in calling RH daddy. Ain't no way. Can't nobody tell me no different. Because if a daddy is present, that's not going to happen. The kids not going to want to call another man daddy if they know they got a daddy. If they know their daddy present. Especially if they don't have a type of mama that's talking ish about their daddy in private. Because, you know, a lot of women do stuff like that. And she's one of them. We know she talk ish about the dads in front of the kids. Thank you, Vi, with Miss Sean, for the super chat. Thank you for your support. She said was taking a nap, but woke up and seen your live. Thank you for the support. Hashtag love. Thank you so much. And y'all, don't forget to go and watch Miss Sean's live in its entirety for this complete breakdown, y'all. Y'all gonna learn a lot about the divorce decree and who was really in the wrong, who it really benefited, and even the ulterior motive, in my opinion, because it was definitely one. Hey, Miss Nina. It was definitely one. Hey, Miss Shari. I'm not sure, Tay. I didn't see upper in the chat. I didn't see her in the chat. And hence her wanting RH to adopt them kids. You did, Tay. Let me see. Thank you. I just seen it. Thank you for the Cash App, Tay. And who else sent me one? Wait, I can't see. Miss Red. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support. But yep, it'll be a big difference, y'all. And if y'all I don't know if a lot of y'all seen my video, the one that's titled, I think it's called Memory Lane or something like that. Y'all make sure y'all watch that video, because I put 2 very important receipts in that video that I found. And one of them is a side-by-side picture of RH with the little chocolate son at 2 different school functions. And you could tell there's a difference because RH is chunky on one picture and he's skinny on the other. And the baby the son even look older and younger in each picture. So a DEAD dad is not gonna be at school functions, baby. Y'all know she tried to paint a picture like he didn't do nothing for her kids, he wasn't present or none of these things. But why was he at school functions for your children? Please let us know. Why wasn't the active father that they claim was active there? We didn't know nothing about them. Those kids was even branded under RH brand. If y'all look at that old management agency that they was under, those kids are all under LaTruth's brand. They still on the website under his brand. So, that speaks volumes. Hey, Miss Shalene. Like, it's just sad. My whole thing is, people could have their differences and their faults and whatever. And I'm going to stop streaming Miss Shaw and stuff, y'all, because I want y'all to go watch it in its entirety. Let me stop it. That's why I didn't play it all. But people can have their differences. They can fall out. They can get divorced. But at the end of the day, if you know a person played a major role in your life, if you know that they did a lot for you and made your life better, future-wise, give them their credit. You don't have to stick and stay in the bitterness and just soak in it and focus completely on that. You can also heal through looking at the good times that y'all had. Like, it's sad when, people, hey, April, when people can't give credit where it's due. She knows that man changed her life for the better. And regardless if people don't want to give him his credit or not, had she not met that man, she wouldn't be in the position she's in right now, period. Because she had to learn the ways of social media through him. And now once she came on here and gave that man his credit for changing her life. And that's the sad part of it all. That's the sad part of it all, y'all. Matter of fact, let me find it. Where's this screenshot so I can read what she said? Hold up, y'all. This is the one I put. So it was a post that RH made of the little chocolate son. The one I told y'all about is in my video. Make sure y'all go watch it. And Laonia commented in the comments and said, y'all twinning through thick and thin. Through thick and thin. Why am I struggling with thin? Y'all twinning through thick and thin, King. I love my family so much. You changed our lives for the better, and I'm so grateful to have you. What does that mean, y'all? Please tell me. And you got people in the comments saying, y'all twins. Knowing that that's not even that man's biological child. But we didn't know that because of the role he played. But it's a lot of posts like that, y'all. If you look, she deleted a lot of stuff because it didn't co-sign her narrative. But it's a lot of posts that she made giving him his props and his credit. And that's where I take her at face value and truth. Because that's how she really felt. He was really doing those things. She really felt him to be a good husband. She really felt him to be a good dad. She really felt those things, and she feeling it even more now because those things are absent. I promise you. I promise you she feeling it. All of that makes all the difference, y'all. All the difference. It's crazy. Even her dad posting a picture in his story, a throwback picture of RH, the kids, him, Laonia not even in the picture, child. Walt like Walt probably say, Lord, take my child, give me RH back. He's sick of her shit. Y'all seen that? Her daddy literally just posted in his story on Facebook the other day a throwback picture of RH, her kids, him, Walt. I don't know if Laonia was in the picture because it was cut off so you couldn't see her. All at the dinner table at a restaurant. That man is reminiscing. They taking that man up and through there, okay? He's sick of her ish. He want his son-in-law back. No, April, he ain't say come get her. He say come get me. He ain't say come get her. He said come get me, child. He want RH back. He miss his son-in-law. Because he knows she going through it. If Walt really felt the way that they claim he felt, he would have never posted that picture on social media. He would have never. He didn't even try to clip RH out of the picture. RH was big cheesing all in the picture. So it definitely wasn't a dedication or a picture of just him and the kids, because RH would have been cut out. He could have cropped them out. He didn't do that. But you know who was cropped out? His daughter. She was not in the picture, child. And that speaks volumes, y'all. Imagine your daddy. Like, imagine you go through a divorce as a woman. And you a very popular public figure, influencer, millions of followers. And your daddy on his page posting throwback pictures of your ex-husband. And you in a whole new relationship and pregnant for the new ninja. Mickey Man with the Tupac song in the background. Okay, April, listen. That made my day, child. I was like, Lord, Walt is sick of the ish, child. He want his son-in-law back. He ain't got time for it. Hey, I'm chosen. Love you. Walt said he ain't got no type of time no more. He don't want no parts. And that speaks volumes, y'all. What also speaks volumes is the video the police video whenever they showed up to her house when she called 911. That speaks big volumes also, because you claim that your daddy, this is my thing, my daddy gonna rock with me regardless. Her daddy gave that he was on RH's side. So it gotta be something for him to be. If y'all notice, he was telling RH, calm down, calm yourself down. Because the cops was there. He was like, all right, just calm yourself down. Like, what he should have been doing with his child. Not the son-in-law. It gave that he's used to, not he, they both were used to that behavior from her. And now it's like, dang, she done got us in some more ish that we gotta try to get out of. That's what it gave. Hey, the Bradley's lifestyle. Hey, sister. That's what it gave, y'all. It gave that they both know she do this all the time when she get in her feelings. And then she leave us in a hard place because now we gotta get out of this with the doggone cops. And the daddy was like, just calm yourself down now. I'm going to co-sign it. I'm going to let him know, everything is good. That's what it gave. Because Walt looked like he was mad because the police was called. And that's the thing. Because it was a point where they were fussing on the stairway. But after that happened, everything was good. Hey, child of God. Because at that point, he did do what he was supposed to do as a dad. Because if your daughter go tell you, oh, he just broke my finger, he got me a contusion on the head, or whatever, a daddy is supposed to get upset and react a certain way. But it looked like all of that calmed down. Why did it calm down, though? Can't no word just make me calm down. As in, word of mouth. If my child come and say, oh, my finger is broken, I got a head contusion because of him bouncing that toad on me, whatever, my daddy gonna rock with me the entire time. The ex wouldn't have been able to go tell my daddy just anything, and he all of a sudden calm and cool and collect, and he's siding with the ex now. It's a reason behind that. That's because Walt know what time it is. And you could tell that man been posting subliminals all on that page for the past, 3-4 months now. He is sick of them, okay? He's sick of all of them. He want out of it, baby. Miss Mia said she was saying a scalp contusion. Sure was. Y'all know she dehydrated. Leave her alone. But anyway, let me get up off of here, y'all. I'm about to go eat some of this Mexican cornbread, to eat my gelato. I'm going to work on another video for y'all. I'll be in the chat with y'all on Amber's live, if she goes live. If D-Ham go live, I'll be in the chat with y'all. I'll be back live tomorrow, though, y'all. I'm trying to keep up. I'm on a goal again for this month, of course. I'm trying to stay focused on my goal, baby. And one thing about me is I'm very persistent. I'm a perfectionist. Once I start something, I gotta finish it. So once I set a goal for myself, regardless of what I got going on, I don't let myself down. That's just me. But thank you, I'm chosen. Yes, y'all. All my links is in the chat if y'all want to support. The Cash App is $Lupac1. Y'all can buy me a coffee. Y'all can order cookies. Y'all can get that membership. Definitely hit that like button. It is free 99, baby. Free 99. But I will be back tomorrow with another live. We're going to see what goes on. Wapo Legs say Mexican cornbread. Now you know they be talking about child. They sure do. And that's a first. I haven't heard that in my whole life, baby. Let them people talk, y'all. They can say what they want. Y'all gonna see eventually. Because when I'm gonna pop out, I'm gonna pop out, baby. I'm gonna pop out, baby. Ain't no private video, no nothing. I'm gonna do it when I get ready. Okay? Anyways, but I love you guys. I'm finna go feed my face and relax. work on some content. Hey, Rebecca. If y'all just coming in, y'all got to catch the replay, baby. Make sure y'all go watch Miss Sean's live in its entirety. I cannot stress this enough. If y'all, we going to talk, matter of fact, I might do a part 2 to this live tomorrow where we just dialogue about the divorce decree. Because it was some other things that was said on there that I didn't really get a chance to talk about in this live, so we probably talk about it tomorrow, and we'll just dialogue, and y'all can I do Q&A with y'all in the chat. But it was definite, that divorce was definitely motive filled, you best believe it, and it played out throughout the saga, literally. Like, all of that played out from the going on the different panels with DV stories. All of that played out. Played a major part in what took place in her actual divorce filings. And it's sad, y'all. It really is. But anytime you do bad to people, it's going to come back on you 10 times fold. And that's why she's going through what she's going through right now. There ain't nothing but God. You will not be blessed in the midst of chaos, especially if you the one bringing the chaos. It don't work like that. Hey, Aisha Bright. But thank y'all. I'm so glad y'all enjoyed this live. If y'all want to bless me, y'all can. If y'all love my content, y'all can bless me. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. And hopefully I'll have a video out for y'all tomorrow. I'm going to try to hurry up and finish one tonight. Love you guys. Have a blessed night. Stay safe in these YouTube streets, because these YouTube streets ain't safe, baby. Bye, y'all.